Hello everyone, and thank you for watching my channel. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. It would really help the channel out quite a bit. Thank you very much.
Across the rugged Indian territory rides a tall young man on a mission of mercy. His medical bag strapped on one hip, his six-shooter on the other. This is Dr. Six Gun. In the exciting adventure series, Dr. Six Gun. Ray Matson, M.D., was the gun-toting frontier doctor who roamed the length and breadth of the old Indian territory. Friend and physician to white man and Indian alike, the symbol of justice and mercy in the lawless West of the 1870s, this legendary figure was known to all as Dr. Six Gun.
I am Pablo, and take my word for it, I am a man as well known in the territory as the cavalry troops from Fort Dodge. And between you and me, there are trails in the territory that Pablo travels that the cavalry rides on tiptoe, whistling to keep their spirits up. For I am a peddler, and a peddler is always welcome. Oh, that is Midnight, a raven. A very wise bird. Very wise. With wisdom he has learned from me.
It's right. All right. Straight right.
A veritable sage. There is perhaps only one wiser in the territory. My friend Doc Six Gun. But then, he cannot fly, so who is to judge? And that is an interesting question. Who is to judge? For it is my story. It started as I rode the trail into Frenchman's Ford. At the Table Rock Fork, I met a young man, and we rode together. A cheerful young man with a pinto cow pony, with a fancy stock saddle all covered with silver and carvings.
I ride an old thing, I lead an old dance. Found a man's hand for to throw the hands. They feed in the coulees, they water in the straw. Their tails are all matted, their backs are all raw. Right around you little doggies, right around them slow. The fiery and snuffy are ready to go.
Bravo, bravo. We make a fine duet, eh?
Well, you ain't a bad singer at all.
Bad? My friend, I have sung before the crowned heads of Europe.
Well, I've sung it for some crowned heads myself.
You?
Sure, crowned with long horns anyways.
Oh, cattle, oh.
Well, let me tell you, it ain't easy keeping a herd of spooky beef quiet in a thunderstorm, just singing.
That would indeed be an audience of critics.
You're a peddler, huh? I could tell by your pack.
And you are a cowboy. I can tell by many things.
Well, you should see me walking. You'd know right enough.
You are also a humorist.
Well, anyways, I'm Fred Garth.
And I am Pablo.
Midnight.
And this is my old friend Midnight. Are you riding to Frenchman's Ford?
Yeah, been a week riding.
Oh, I thought I knew every vaquero in the territory.
I've been punching down in Texas recent. I come back to... Well, anyway, I'm back.
You have business in Frenchman's Ford?
Yeah.
Important?
Well, I've been planning this certain business since I was down in the Panhandle.
Oh, you left Frenchman's Ford in a hurry?
Yeah, you might say about 2 jumps ahead of 3 fellers carrying 30-30 rifles. I shot a man.
Oh?
Oh, it was a fair fight, right enough. It was payday, and I guess he was a little drunker than me. Leastwise, he emptied a 6-gun at me and didn't hit nothing. I hit something.
Oh.
Just my bad luck he had 2 brothers, so I cut and run.
A man of discretion. The atmosphere has cleared in Frenchman's Ford?
Yeah. The 2 of them took off for the Oregon Territory.
Oh, I see.
And like I say, I got a job to do in the Ford.
Well, perhaps we will see each other in town, eh? And celebrate your return.
Maybe.
Been 3 years. Wonder what folks in town are likely to say when they find out that I'm back.
I sold Fred Garth a red bandana, and I parted company with him at the edge of town. And he rode off in his pinto pony singing a happy song about a dying cowboy or an aged horse or something of the sort. A very peaceful song. About 11 o'clock at night in Frenchman's Ford, it was not so peaceful.
All right. Open up. Coming.
Listen, Doc. You put on your boots and come
I'm dressed. I just got in.
Well, come on.
Now, hold on, Benton. Where are you dragging me?
You gotta come, quick.
What is the matter, Doc?
I don't know, Pablo. Come on now, Benton. Give me a straight story.
They got him.
Who?
The fella that shot Arnie Harrison tonight in that express office holdup.
I just got in from the Arroyo Grande. What's this all about?
A fella come riding into town about 11 and pulled a gun on Arnie at the express office, got away with $4,000, then he shot Arnie down in the street when he rode off. Come on, Doc, you gotta get down to the jail.
What for?
We found the fella. Only he got just a little shot. You gotta fix him up.
Pablo, get my bag. Meet me down at the jail.
Pronto, Doc.
We don't want him to bleed to death before he gets a chance to get tried and hung.
All right, let me through here. Jared?
Hi, Doc. Sorry to pull you out of bed.
You didn't. Where is he?
Back in the cells. Come on now, you boys. Clear out now.
Back here?
The other one. That's old Harry sleeping it off in that one.
Locked.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doc. Be right there.
Let me through. Doc.
In here, Pablo.
I have your bag.
Let me into him, Jared.
Yeah, sure. His name's Fred Garth. All right, you. Here's Doc.
The use of bringing him. Not gonna last long.
We like healthy corpses at the end of our ropes. Fix him up, Doc.
It's him.
You, know this hombre?
A little. I rode with him a few hours.
Hello, peddler. All right, son. Where'd you get it? Shoulder?
My arm.
Mm-hmm. Pablo, cut off his shirt.
What a pity. A very beautiful shirt.
Yeah. I won it in Laredo in a faro game. Always was lucky. This is going to hurt. Thanks. Flesh wound.
Yeah, that's good. Hey! Hey, boys! He's gonna be all right. Now go on home till tomorrow. Go on!
Hold on now. All right. Pablo, the bandage.
Right here.
He'll just keep this clean, and no gangrene will set in.
He won't have long to worry about gangrene.
This is the one that held up the express office?
Yeah, and shot Arnie. Nice old feller, too. Played checkers with him.
How'd you get this man?
Out in Mesa Verde.
You sure he did it?
Yeah. Oh, he wore a mask, a bright red bandana, but his horse was recognized, and that fancy stock saddle of his. And anyways, we found the mail pouch from the express office in his saddlebag.
Well, yeah, that does it. How does it feel?
Lousy.
Well, 45 slug isn't exactly a bee sting.
Thanks, Doc.
All right. I'll be over in the morning to look at it.
I'll be around.
I suppose so. All right, Jared.
Okay, Doc.
Doc, I do not understand it. I rode with him yesterday afternoon. He sang like a bird. Such a man does not kill anybody.
Yeah? He did once before. 4 years ago in the big parlor at the Silver Eagle.
He told me. He said it was safe for him now to come back to Frenchman's Ford. Mr. Jared, are you sure? He was so happy, so light-hearted. He bought a bright bandana from me.
A red bandana?
Well, yes.
Like this one?
Yes. That is the one I sold.
Yeah. Well, we picked it up where the killer dropped it riding out of town. Oh, it's him, all right.
What does he have to say?
Nothing. But he doesn't have to.
You figuring on any trouble, Jared?
Trouble, Doc? No. The boys all went home. Circuit judge is due in tomorrow night. He runs a nice, quick murder trial. There won't be no trouble. Well, good night, Doc.
Good night, Jared.
Hey, you in there? I'll bring you some coffee in a couple hours.
I do not understand it, Doc. A peddler is a great judge of character. I will stake my life on it. I would go further. I would bet cash that young man did not do these things.
Well, it sure doesn't look good for him.
But believe me, Doc, he was so cheerful. He told me how anxious he was to get back to Frenchman's Ford. He said that there was some business that he had to... No, I still don't believe it.
Well, something about it bothers me, too. You know, I've seen a lot of men face the rope, and tough or not, they're fighting for their lives somehow. This boy just gives up. Something... Wait a minute. What is it? Someone in the shadows. Who's there?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Doc Sixgun?
Yes?
You just come from the jail, didn't you?
Why, yes, I did.
You saw him. Is he hurt bad?
You're Al Wheelock's daughter, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
Kathy?
No, that's my older sister. I'm Jenny. Did you see him? Is he all right?
It was just a flesh wound. He'll be all right.
Oh. Will they hang him?
The territorial judge comes in tomorrow night. There'll be a trial.
But they'll hang him, won't they? There isn't any chance.
Hey, now, wait a minute.
I told him not to come back. I told him. Oh, Fred.
Take it easy, Jenny.
Can you help him, Doc? Everybody says you're fair. You won't let them hang him, will you?
I don't know what I can do about it.
Oh, I suppose not. Well, I won't bother you no more.
Wait a minute. Jenny, why are you so interested in Fred Garth?
I was going to marry him. That's why he come back to town.
Doc, I told you, that was a man riding to a girl, not to a murder.
I wrote him not to come back. I said I'd go to Laredo or anywhere. But he wanted to come for me here. He wanted everybody in town to know about us. I only saw him for a few minutes yesterday. Doc, they can't hang him. They can't.
Jenny, the man was killed.
But Fred didn't do it, Doc. I know he didn't. I love him.
I'm afraid that won't hold as evidence in Judge Passman's court.
Oh, Doc, will you help him? Nobody else in town will. He didn't do it. I know he didn't.
Well, if he's innocent...
Please, Doc.
Look, I'll ask around, Jenny, and see what I can find out.
Oh, thank you, Doc. Thank you. Do you think... My father would just kill me, but do you think I could see him?
Why don't you ask Frank Jarrett?
Would Mr. Jarrett let me?
Tell him I sent you. That might help.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you. Oh, please help Fred, please.
Well, Pablo?
Well?
If he's innocent, they won't...
Doc, you know better. When Judge Passman holds court, President Grant himself couldn't get acquitted.
Herman? I'll thank you to close up that bar while I'm holding court.
But, Judge!
There'll be no whiskey competing while I'm dispensing justice. All right, now. The prisoner has the right to a lawyer. None of the learned gentlemen traveling the circuit with the court cared to volunteer, so we cut cards. The low man was Mr. Harris, who now appears for the defendant. Incidentally, Mr. Harris lost $15 at 5-card stud in the same session.
See what I mean, Doc? Fred Garth has no more chance than a rabbit in a bear trap.
We just got to wait, Pablo.
A prisoner will approach the bar. The bar of justice, that is, the other one being temporarily suspended.
Here he is, Judge Passman.
You heard the charge against you. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Does it matter?
Not to me, but we got to go through the motions. Clerk, enter a plea or not guilty. Now, listen, all you hungover saddle tramps. I want no muttering in my court. Isn't the man I ever hanged could complain afterwards he didn't get a fair trial? All right, call the first witness. Prisoner, rise and face the jury. Frederick Garth, you've been tried and found guilty of murder in the first degree. I now pronounce sentence upon you. You shall be taken from here to a place of detention, from thence to a place of execution on... let me see, today's Monday. On Friday, the 24th of July.
What are we going to wait for?
He's got a right to appeal to the territorial governor. It's the law. Oh, where was I? Oh, and then hang for the neck until dead. May heaven have mercy on your soul. All right, Herman, you can open up the bar.
Jenny. Honey, please. Doc, take her away.
Fred, why didn't you say something? Why didn't you tell him you didn't do it?
Doc, please.
Come on, Jenny. Come on, let go of the bars.
Fred!
Pablo.
Come on, Miss Jenny. Come with me. I'll take you home now.
No. I want to stay with him.
Oh, but it will not help him to see you cry. At least come with me. I have a mirror in my back. You can make yourself beautiful.
Me?
Well, it's the kindest thing you can do. Now, you come with me. That's all.
I'll be back, Fred.
Jared, don't let her in here again.
I was trying to do you a favor, Garth.
Well, thanks. I've had enough favors.
Jared, let me in with him.
Well, now, I don't know, Doc.
Oh, come on. If I'm going to have to pronounce him dead after the hanging, I got a right to talk to him alive.
Well, I don't suppose it'll hurt.
Thanks.
I'll have to lock you in with him. Just call her when you want out, Doc.
All right. Now, Fred.
What are you hanging around me for, Doc?
I'm not so sure you're guilty.
Well, you heard the trial.
I didn't hear much defense for you.
Mr. Harris had a hard night playing stud.
Fred, now tell me the truth. You didn't hold up that express office. Man doesn't come back to town to marry a girl and then pull a thing like that.
Look, I'm a vicious character with an insane temper. I killed a man once before. You heard that?
That was 3 years ago in a drunken brawl. Fred, what are you holding back for? I want to help you.
There's nothing you can do.
It's as if you're tying that rope yourself. Now tell me the truth. I promised Ginny that I...
Well, listen, Doc. About Ginny. You do me a favor, will you?
What is it?
You look after her for me, will you? I mean, after. She's only a kid. 17. Father hit her with a bridle strap when he found she came here. Look after her for me.
All right, Fred. You're sure you haven't got anything to tell me?
No.
Okay. Jared?
Okay, Doc.
I'll see you again, Fred.
You want out, Doc?
Bye, Fred.
Hey, Doc. Doc, one thing.
Yes?
Just as a favor to you, I'm going to leave my body for science.
I'll see you again, Fred.
Where are we going now, Doc? Is there perhaps a case of mumps or chicken pox in the head?
Pablo, I still don't like it. Fred Garth isn't telling the truth. I don't know whether he killed that man or not, but I do know we haven't got the whole story.
It bothers you, eh?
Look, I'm the coroner. I'm going to have to watch that hanging, cut that boy down, and pronounce him dead.
Doc, you don't believe the boy did it.
I'm not sure. I don't like to be unsure about a thing like that.
I see. How can you be sure?
I don't know.
Where are we going now, Doc?
Ginny Wheelock told me Fred's mother lives in an adobe hut out past the Mesa Verde. I want to talk to her. I want to see if I can find out why Fred Garth wants to die.
That's right. Civil of you, Doc. Pumping for me.
That's all right. Yeah, enough?
Enough water for this house. Don't use it much except to wash clothes or maybe make coffee.
Won't you sit down, Mrs. Garth? I want to talk to you.
Might as well stay out here. Old man's sleeping it off inside.
Fred's father?
Yeah. He got a skinful still for Eagle last night. The boys was buying for him 'cause his son was going to hang. He come home and said it's the first time he ever got any pleasure out in his children, and then he passed out.
Mrs. Garth, I've been trying to help Fred.
Why?
Well, I think he's hiding something. He came back to Frenchman's Ford to get married. Did you know that? But he won't defend himself. He just gives up.
Surprising custody hates itself. Well, he comes by it natural, just like his pa. Peas in a pod. Mean. Clear through.
But he's your son.
He's a Garth. They're all pies and mean. I ought to know. I lived with his pa since the war. He was an officer then. Oh, you should have seen him riding off with a yellow sash around his middle. For all his sousing and rioting, he's still got his figure.
Did you see Fred the day he came home?
Yeah, for a spell. He come riding up without a by your leave, and first thing he was in an argument with his pa. The old man wanted $1 for whiskey, and Fred told him he was saving his money for something else.
They fought?
Right in the dooryard. I just sat watching, not caring one way or the other. Garth men, both of them. Well, Fred come in after and lay down. His pa rode off. You figure they'll hang my Fred?
Maybe.
Born to hang. They all are. Well, now excuse me, Doc. I got to lug this water in for my washing.
Yesterday, fella comes into the railroad office with a telegram to send.
Well, ain't that big news?
You listen to me. He was sent there by Doc Sixcott. Doc sent the telegram to Territorial Governor. He asked for a stay of execution. He don't want Fred Garth to hang tomorrow. He asked for a 6-month delay. Jared, we ain't gonna wait no 6 months.
I'm telling you, I'll lay the first one who comes through that door.
He's blocked. Come on, boys. All right, grab his gun.
Let go of me.
Give me the keys, Jared. Jared. Let's stop.
Out of my way here.
Let him in, boys. Let him in.
What are you fools up to?
Doc, we like you all right.
Let go of Jared.
But you shouldn't try to get a killer off the hook.
If you'll listen to me,
You shouldn't have gone and sent that telegram to the governor.
But he didn't do it.
Will you listen to me. You stick to pills and powders, Doc. Get his gun, Jared.
Here, now, let's go.
Now, stand away, Doc. We're going to take him.
Benton, you're crazy. It's murder. You've got to listen to me.
I heard Judge Passman hanged by the neck till he's dead. That's all we're going to do.
Benton, I won't let you
What
do
are
it.
you going to do about it, Doc?
This?
Hold him. Don't let him get a gun.
Jared!
Hold him.
You killed him, Benton.
Just knocked him cold in the pistol butt. Come on now, boys. We got work to do. Come on, let's get in the hot nest. Wait a minute. Doc. Come on, Doc. Snap out of it. You gotta pronounce him dead.
Dead? What? Oh, it's over?
Oh, not quite. We got him on that pinto pony of his with the rope run over the hay pulley up there. We brought you along to make it humane.
Here, let me up. Benton, you can't do it. You've got to wait. Now, listen, all of you. Listen to me. You've got to wait.
Doc, you want to go bye-bye again? You got anything to say, Garth?
Go on. Get it over with.
Okay, then.
Midnight. No, wait. He's coming.
It's the peddler.
Pablo, over here.
Doc, I got him. What is it?
You wouldn't listen. When I heard you fools rushing the jail, I sent Pablo out to the Mesa Verde.
I brought him, Doc, tied on my pack horse like a sack of wheat.
Cut him loose, Pablo.
Right away, Doc. There.
Hey, that's old man Garth. What's the matter with him?
Drunk as a coot.
There's your killer. When Fred came home that night, the old man took his horse and saddle and rode into town. He wanted money for whiskey, so he went to the express office to help himself.
I found the money under his belt. It was him, all right.
Now, get that rope off, Fred.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Benton, you almost hanged an innocent man.
Well, ain't my fault. Why didn't he say something?
He wouldn't turn in his father to be hanged. Well, Fred?
You're an old woman, Doc, sticking your nose where it isn't wanted.
Yeah, sure, you bet.
Hey, boys, you heard Doc. We got the real killer right here. The rope's all ready. What are we waiting for?
You're waiting for a trial, Benton. A legal trial.
Another 6 months? Not on your life.
Benton, I owe you something, and this is as good a time as any. Pablo, help me drag him down to the jail.
Pleasure.
Maybe Jared can spare Fred's cell.
What do you mean? I ain't done nothing.
Attempted murder, resisting an officer, contempt of court. I imagine Judge Passman can figure out a few more charges.
All right, come on, let's get
Tom, nothing. You can't do this.
Come on, Pablo. Let's go.
Doc, wait a minute.
You all right, Fred?
Sure, I guess so. He wasn't worth it, the old buzzard. Well, you understand.
Sure. I understand, Fred. Oh, you can do me a favor now.
I can? What?
Take care of Jenny. Good care.
Sure, Doc. I'm going to see her right now. I ride an old pain, I lead an old Dan. Found a Montan for to throw the hula hand. They feed in the coulees, they water in the draw. Their tails are all matted, their backs are all
You have been listening to Dr. Six Gun. Doc Six Gun is played by Carl Weber and Pablo by William Griffiths. Today's script was written by Ernest Kenoy and heard in the cast were John Thomas as Fred, Pat Hosley as Ginny, Virginia Payne as the mother, Roger DeKoven as Benton, William Keane as Jared, and Edgar Staley as Judge Passman.
Dr. Six Gun, starring Carl Weber as the frontier doctor, with William Griffiths as Pablo, the wandering gypsy, has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.